What's up, Bombers? Wilfredo here, and I have been looking back at games for a year now, and honestly, a lot can change in a year's time. You can grow your hair out, change careers, move out, and completely change your life in a year. That also goes for MMOs, and I thought maybe my opinion could have changed in the past year from the games that I've looked back on. So let's see if your opinion, along with mine, has changed in a crazy year of changes, shutdowns, launches, and other weird happenings in the MMO space. Let's take a look back on if any of the games I've looked back on so far are still in the same place that I left them. Star Trek Online. Star Trek Online still has a sweet spot in my heart. Over the past year, STO has consistently dropped really awesome content to coincide with all the new releases within the Star Trek universe of TV shows and movies, along with all new original content and stories to get your warp core going. But STO is not without its faults. Crafting is a necessity if you really want to grow both your character and your ship, something they really don't touch on. The UI is still dated, and the ground combat is still sluggish. The cash shop will likely never change, so you're gonna get what you're gonna get. Overall, I still think that STO is definitely worth playing in 2023, but maybe a remaster or a game engine overhaul could breathe new life into STO. Personally, I would love to see the ground combat get a significant overhaul, as the stage fighting concept from the original series and Star Trek The Next Generation isn't so common in the new age of Star Trek, but that's just a thought. Lord of the Rings Online. Lord of the Rings Online did not fare well in my previous playthrough, with an outdated look and feel, very dry combat, and the damn riding skill being in the cash shop. The funny thing is, with the talk of a new Lord of the Rings MMO, many have asked, including myself, is there really a need for another LOTRO? Well, yes, but not right now. LOTRO has undergone a bit of a facelift with their Gondor Renewed update. This update was the beginning of many fixes LOTRO is going through to make the game a better experience in 2023 and beyond. This was absolutely needed, as LOTRO always looked a bit drab, with the washed out browns and tans backed by green trees or gray mountains. But this update has made LOTRO playable again. The combat feels faster, and the severe lag isn't anywhere near as present as it used to be. Graphically, it wasn't a huge overhaul, but it's enough there to definitely get you to come back to the Shire, even if you have to go on foot for a while. This is proof that with time and work, the old can be renewed to a place that feels better and draws people back in. Grand Theft Auto Online. Now, this is still a no-brainer to jump in and play, but I will admit that a part of the community is still significantly toxic. GTA Online is pretty regular with its free content drops and plenty of things to do within the game, so long as you have people to play with. I've tried to get friends to play, and to no avail. Outside of my personal struggles to get missions going, however, GTA still has some of the best open-world content and gameplay on the market, and continues to deliver to the players something awesome and sometimes cringy with their drops that make players stick around. There's a whole GTA RP community out there that takes this game to a completely different level. I give GTA Online an absolute 2 thumbs up and a must play for the third-person shooter fan. Rift. Rift hasn't seen a major update in some time, and to me, that's sad. Rift is a slog to get through in extreme early game, but the game opens up once you get instant adventures. Rift also isn't the prettiest game, but it is a bit better looking than LOTRO, and it has so much potential as a great game if the work, and more importantly the money, was there to help the game get the much needed updates to make this game a hot contender for a huge comeback. I still enjoy Rift enough to keep playing every once in a while, but Rift is hanging on by a thread. I strongly suggest playing Rift should you get bored of playing WoW or WoW Classic. It's definitely a great substitute. DC Universe Online. DCUO is the first of 2 games from the same publisher that hasn't learned that substantial updates and upgrades are needed to compete in today's market. DCUO is still a great brawler for mindless action and crazy skills you can acquire through the leveling process, but there hasn't been any real changes since before I played it more than 8 months ago. Events have still been a thing, but much like the DC cinematic universe, DCUO may be in need of either a new director, a new direction, or maybe just an all-new game to save the sinking ship that has been DC for the past couple of years. I just don't want to lose the amazing work done by the late Kevin Conroy and all the other voice actors in the game who put in this work. Star Wars: The Old Republic. swtor has been in a bad state for some time now, and things aren't looking good for the story-driven MMO set in a galaxy far, far away. After the release of The Legacy of the Sith, swtor took a nasty downturn as many fans were not happy the way that update played out. As it stands, swtor needs a bit of help in fixing the issues that 7.0 brought along, and in the game's current state, I don't think it's really worth playing right now. With Star Wars: The Old Republic officially being moved over to Broadsword, a company that's basically known for keeping Ultima Online and Dark Age of Camelot going, I don't see much in the future of swtor besides maintenance mode, but who knows what the future may hold. Everquest II. As much as I want great things for Everquest II to pop up and bring it back to the forefront of the MMO space, it just can't and likely won't, as much like DCUO, doesn't feel fresh, updated, or even worth the time to invest in this game that is heavily reliant on the social aspect of MMOs. I still believe that any developer can and will learn some amazing ideas and concepts from all of the mistakes made in Everquest II, but I just don't think that it's wise to jump into EQ2 at this point. As much as it hurts to say, Everquest II may just need to pack it in as an IP because nothing has been done to advance or improve the Everquest legacy. But it's still an amazing case study. Age of Conan Unchained. No. 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 Nope. No. Hell no. No! This is proof positive that some games thrive in spite of knowing what's good for them. The premise of Age of Conan was pretty good, but the execution was sloppy and marred with issues, to the point where the lead designer just up and left. Since launch, Age of Conan has been plagued with problems, bugs, issues that just can't seem to be resolved. I am hoping and praying that Dune Awakening has a team behind this IP to bring back the good name of Funcom, because Age of Conan is one of many weights around Funcom's neck. Please let Crom take Age of Conan and bury it beneath the seas. Looking back, I think I've seen the potential in some games and the struggles in others. If this year of reliving some of the older MMOs that have hit the market has taught me anything, it's this. The developers, designers, directors, and staffs of all of these games are hardworking and creative people that try to put their all into each of these games to be the best possible experience for their players. To be fair, every one of these games has flaws and merits, but nothing is perfect. This entire list of games should be checked out no matter what, but half of these games just haven't gotten the love that they deserve for just being in the space. Game development is hard, time-consuming, and maddening at times. But each of these games are a labor of love no matter what we think. What games are you going to go back and check out? What games do you want me to look into? What games on this list are a complete no-go for you? Let us know in the comments, and then check out MMOBomb.com for all the latest news, updates, giveaways, and podcasts in the realm of the multiplayer. Here's to another year of asking, should we go back? Is it still worth playing? Stay safe, stay sick, and I'll see you all on the other side.